Today is Monday, Parashat Chukat-Balak. This coming Shabbat, we're going to be reading two parashiot, Parashat Chukat and Parashat Balak. We'll see an idea from each one of these parashiot. The first parasha, Parashat Chukat, opens with the subject of the red heifer. This is when somebody became ritually impure by being in a cemetery or by coming in contact with a corpse. He becomes ritually impure, and the way to purify him was done by sprinkling on him ashes of the para aduma, of the red heifer. Those ashes were mixed with spring water, and in burning of the para, there was also etz erez ve'ezov. There was also from the tree, the cedar tree, there was some wood or some branches from a cedar tree thrown into that fire, and also Ezov, which is hyssop, which is a certain type of plant. Why these two plants? And of course, para aduma is a subject that we cannot really understand the reasoning behind it. But Rav Mepshischa brings an interesting concept. Why using the tallest of trees, so to speak, and the very low-level growing herb, a type of a low thing, that indicates one is the tallest and one is a low. And he explains that a person should sort of have in his pockets, in one pocket it should say, the whole world was created for me. And therefore, I can accomplish a lot, and there's a lot that is available to me, and there is incredible potential that I have. And the other one has another piece of paper on the other pocket that says, I'm nothing, I'm like dust. In other words, humility on one side, and on the other side, the ambition or the idea that you can accomplish a lot. And the concept is that you're able to take out the right piece of paper at the right time. When a person is called to be able to do something of importance that he's able to accomplish, he shouldn't take out the piece of paper that says, I'm nothing. He should step up to the plate and do what he's able to do. Because after all, Hashem has granted us a lot of potential to be able to accomplish a lot. And on the other hand, when he does accomplish, when he's able to be successful and reach certain high levels, he shouldn't lose the sight of the fact that after all, he should be humble, and he should realize that everything was made possible by Hashem. So, when to have the attitude of like the Ezov, which is a low plant, and when to have the attitude of like the cedar tree, which is a very, very tall tree, that's a very important concept to keep in mind, and to know when to have either one or the other idea in mind. In Parashat Balak, there is an interesting statement that is made by Bilam. He says, Ma tovu alecha Yaakov mishkenotecha Israel. How beautiful are your tents, Yaakov, your dwellings, Israel. What did he see? Did he see such tents that were very colorful or large tents? Our sages explain what he noticed is that the opening of each tent was not facing the opening of the other tent next to it. In other words, no one was able to see into the home of his neighbor, because the openings of the tents were situated in such a way where they did not face into the opening of another tent. And he was very impressed with the idea of privacy and the idea of tzniut, of modesty, of not being involved in what's going on in somebody else's home. And that's a very important concept that unfortunately nowadays, with the social media, Facebook, etc., this concept is really, really totally thrown out the window, so to speak, on the opposite. When Facebook allows you to see into the homes and into the private lives, not only of your friend, your friend's friend, and many, many different things that should be kept private and not put in the face of everybody, are right there for everybody to see. And that's not something that would have been praised when when Bil'am saw the tents really not facing each other, he says that's a great quality of the Jewish encampment. And we should really try to keep that concept even nowadays. There is no reason to flaunt and to flash and to show, and people go on vacation and they put all these pictures on their social media. Now everybody sees what they're up to, and some other people can get very jealous. And people don't need to see, and you don't know where those pictures can end up and go viral when things that should have been very private. So these are some of the ideas that we learn from the Parashah, or the two Parashiot that we're going to be reading this coming Shabbat. Baruch Adonai Le'olam, Amen ve'amen.